going on, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to another live stream here with the Everyday Growth Advisors. I hope you're having a good morning. Just wanted to drop in for a quick little pre-market live stream here to just kind of give you guys the lowdown of what to expect this week. And I just wanted to say, this week is going to be pretty much another week where you're going to have a little bit of consolidation and possibly some sideways movement because of the last week that we had a gamma squeeze with. I would take it really cautiously here, heading into FOMC, which is tomorrow. I don't think today is going to be a big breakout move, but you know what? I might be surprised if that happens. The key pivot still remains 4180 on SPX. Downside pivot is going to be around 4100, and that's going to kind of be the pivot for the downside extension down into 4060 and then 3940. So we'll see if Fed Powell has any hawkish remarks to kind of speak on the press conference. Now, remember, it's not about the rate decision that's going to drive the price action. It's going to be the press conference that will drive the price action. So make sure that you don't make any moves before the press conference, okay? Now, if you guys think that I sound a little bit sick, it's because I'm kind of feeling a little bit woozy, but you know what? I'm still okay. I'm here. I got it. But I just wanted to kind of come in here and chime in. Now, the other thing that you need to also note is NASDAQ. NASDAQ is pretty much sitting above this pivot here at 13,237-ish or 13,200. And, this pivot up into the 13,555 level or a little higher than that, let's just call it 13,600 even, is going to be a key level which we got rejected with prior. So if anything, tech continues to potentially be strong, we might see that upside move to capture this little bit of gap here. So I wouldn't really call it a gap, but you guys kind of understand what I mean. There's a little bit of space up here that price action can kind of expand into. And if you look at just the volume profile here, you'll realize that if you zoom back a little bit, this is a significant level for NASDAQ. So besides this level that we just crossed, the next significant level is this one right here. Also, if you change this bar to like 200, you'll see what I mean. 200. So you can see the next significant level is pretty much like way up here at around 13, almost 14,000, right? 14,000 is a significant level. So, if we break up here, likely to get up to 14,000 on NASDAQ. And that's going to be the key level next for a pivot. This where you are right now on SPX is actually a pretty decent spot to take both upside and downside moves, which means you can you could play either direction just depending on where the confirmation occurs. Adding on to that, you have small mid caps that are still not broken out of range. I'm not really going to cover this one because it's still in the same situation. Consumer discretionary, still a pretty lagging sector here, and I think it will continue to lag for a little bit until monetary policy starts to loosen, financial conditions start to loosen. You can see technology here, XLK, starting to move to the upside and attempting to break out this past key pivot at 150, 150. If that does it, then you're going to see a big move in tech. In terms of energy, you can see XLE here is kind of trying to make a downward movement. So we'll be watching this one closely as well. We have been watching energy for a while. And I'll be sending a newsletter out probably in the next couple of hours, I want to say. Actually, you know what? Maybe not a couple of hours. Maybe in 12 hours I'll send a newsletter out because I'm still waiting on some data from the prime brokers. So I want to make sure that I send out a newsletter with all the data before prior to FOMC. Here's another one with XLF. Kind of rebounded pretty strongly from this dip. Looks like it wants to continue to the upside, but once again, this one's a sucky risk-to-reward ratio in this sector, right? Financials. Almost a 1:1 risk-to-reward ratio, so I wouldn't touch this sector yet. Healthcare, just kind of bouncing a little bit. Hedge funds have been buying that one up. Consumer staples seeing considerable inflows in the past couple of weeks. This one looks like it's exhausting a little bit. And then you have materials, you have industrials, right? You have communication. This was driven by Meta last week, Meta earnings, right? And then you have utilities, kind of flat. Retail, also kind of flat. And semiconductors that had a strong buy up after last week's end. So that's what you need to know in terms of the internals or the market breadth. And you can find pretty decent trade ideas just by knowing these. Can you do a width analysis of square? Seems like a bounce would be coming soon, possibly. I think we covered square like last week on this stream, but I'll go through it with you like right now. So this is setting up for a swing trade. What you'll need to wait for is a two-wave confirmation on the 15-minute chart bouncing out of this demand zone. Until it doesn't bounce, you won't have a confirmation, so it still needs to marinate a little bit more. I wouldn't take a position here just because, you know, you feel like it's gonna bounce. That's one of the biggest mistakes you can make, so I wouldn't recommend that. Now, Apple posting earnings on, I believe, let me see, Thursday, I think. Yeah, Thursday. You know, this one has a significant upside all the way to 175, and then also a significant downside to 160. Amidst their pivot into India and shortage of supplies for certain things, I do think that the Apple earnings, you know, it could be a mixed kind of earnings result. So personally, I won't be playing Apple for earnings this week. It's just not something that I want to touch. Microsoft still has a pretty decent upside at 315 roughly, but also not going to chase this to the upside. Then you have Netflix, which is in a pennant style. This one looks pretty decent for a break either below 317 or a break above 348. Those would be key. So I covered Square already. Crowd favorite Tesla. Okay, let's do that. So Tesla, this one I covered last week also. So this was the bounce zone. Sorry, that was poorly drawn. This is the bounce zone on Tesla, right? And we got a bounce somewhere in here, pretty much, just right above it, right? This was the fib level right here, 146.25, and then 152 was a bounce level. We got that pretty decent bounce. I think if the market, Nasdaq goes bullish, this could really go back to retest 177. It's a possibility before coming back down, if anything. I will watch that really closely. But yeah, that's what I see with Tesla here. Looks like it'll mean revert back. So you're kind of looking for something like this, where it goes back and then, you know, rejects somewhere here and then comes back down and then possibly makes another low and then high again. Either way, depending on where it's going to go from here. So I think we'll have to see where exactly it goes. Retest of the 23.6 and then further fall into the 23.6 extension here would be bad, because that would be a full retracement. If it bounces 23.6 and makes a lower high, like here, so it comes back here, somewhere in this region, the 164 all the way to 160 or 155. Somewhere in here, yeah, 155, 156. Then that means it has potential to bounce and go up into the 23.6 and 38.2. So that's what I would be watching with Tesla here, personally. Okay, short and sweet. I'm gonna have more for you guys on Wednesday on the live stream, but this live stream I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. You know, don't over assign risk in this next 1 to 2 days. It's pointless. Wait till after FOMC. And you know, after earnings for Apple also would be a good idea. This week is still a pretty big week for earnings, so keep your lid tight. And yeah, I'll see you guys back on Wednesday. I'm gonna be on the Discord with the team today, and yeah, I'm probably gonna be not on the live, but I will be like, you know, sitting there watching things and just trying to recuperate because my voice is kind of a little messed up. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good trading session. Really not much to cover today. I covered majority of what was needed to cover in the previous session. Let's all give a thumbs up and like. Thank you so much, Snappy. I appreciate that. So I do appreciate you guys, you know, smashing the like button and whatnot. So yeah, just feeling a little bit under the weather today. Not anything crazy. It's just kind of woozy, you know, just feeling a little off. The weather's been kind of weird in Singapore lately. It's been super hot and like, you know, just raining and like, yeah. So I think the weather's getting to me a little bit, but it's okay. I'll be fine. I'm not sick. I'm just feeling fatigued. That's all. I'll be good. But I'll see you guys back on Wednesday and with more energy. I hope that you guys have a good trading day, and I hope that, you know, this mini summary helped you out a little bit, just to put perspective to things. All right, have a good one, guys. Take care and peace out. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.